Okay, 4 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, technically.
2 weeks ago.
But also 5 weeks ago. If you're following along. I think at this point in corporate life, like anything I'll get excited for. Just give me something to get out of the bed for.
A little bit of joy, you know?
Yeah. Can we get chips in there somewhere? Because I'm paying chips over bread probably.
Potatoes over bread?
Yeah, easily.
Nah, that's sacrilegious.
Welcome back to Critical Banter, the podcast that brings a Friday drinks chat to you. This week's episode, we are bringing back two segments. First game is top fives, and the second segment we have is agree or disagree. But before that, to wrap up the week in this post-Kush era, we have Senny.
Yo.
We have Ro.
G'day. Firstly, we're back in the studio.
Wow.
After 5 weeks. Maybe the longest we've ever gone without recording.
Ever.
And unfortunately, we missed a week last week.
Yeah, that was bad.
First time in critical, or maybe second time in Critical Banter history, we've missed a week. So
just before that, if you follow us on Instagram, so you get these updates, because if you don't follow us on Instagram, you would be wondering why is there no episode?
You thought we stopped.
And so we missed a week, but we're back in the studio recording, and boy, it feels good, I will say. But what doesn't feel good seems to be Kush's living conditions. So we have every month we have a little meeting, you know, and chat about what are the segments we're going to do over the next 4 weeks. And so Kush obviously is in San Francisco. So he's been living there for how long now? 2, 3 weeks?
3 weeks maybe?
Yeah, 3 weeks, maybe even 4 weeks. So he's been there for a while. And I'll be honest, Kush is living in squalor, quite frankly. We literally went in there. He's got no table. The reason why we couldn't have an episode last week is Kush has been living in San Francisco for 3 to 4 weeks. And he doesn't have a bed, or he recently just got a bed like the day before.
Nah, give him some credit. That was the first thing he got. He had a bed, but that's where he stopped.
No, he had an air mattress, and he got the bed the day before we FaceTimed him.
True. Yeah. Okay.
So the man's been living without any furniture, no nothing. He was eating on the floor.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. We call, right? And then us three were there first, like no video on. And then Kush joins with his video on. It was just like, lucky darkness.
Yeah.
But his head was illuminated.
No,
I'm like, what's going on, Kush? Like, oh yeah, the brightness of my phone is lighting up the room.
So I made a quip. I was like, oh, Kush, like, because he told us he hasn't bought a table or anything. It's going to come later. Or he's bought it but hasn't come. And I was like, oh, you know, you couldn't afford light bulbs. And then Kush tells us that apparently, right, in San Francisco, bedrooms come without light. So he says there's downlighting, but they've like boarded it up.
Correct, yeah. But then, so he was saying that he bought a bed first, and the second thing he bought was the AMC movie package, where you pay $20 a month and you get to watch 3 movies a week.
That's their priorities.
I'm like, what about a table? What about lighting?
He was eating his burrito cross-legged on the floor. He showed us we have like an evidence. Mate, get all these essentials, brother.
So yeah, so that's the reason. Well, Kush is currently living he's having a tough time. It honestly looks like a third world country where he is.
Kush was scared of the homeless people going over there. It looks like he's joined them and is living with them.
He's got a table now.
He's got a table now.
Not to edit, to plug in the PS5.
Oh, yeah.
It was his priority to tell us.
Yeah, he sent a message today being like, anyone want to play a little FIFA session after the recording? So I think now Kush he's settled in. But
if this episode is out, Kush is settled in.
That is true. So admin out of the way. Last week, 4 weeks ago,
2 weeks ago, technically.
2 weeks ago,
but also 5 weeks ago. If you're following along.
The timelines are all mismatched.
Last we spoke.
Yes.
We were scheduled to play a semi-final against my brother's team. So if you saw our story again on Instagram, we got some Red Bulls, got sponsored by Red Bull actually, which is quite exciting. And the bloke who delivered it, Rosh, was a podcast listener. And we were short on players for the semi. So we asked him, do you want to fill in? And so,
fair play to the bloke.
And fair play. He rocked up at 3 p.m. at whatever oval we were playing on. And Rosh from Red Bull,
what a legend,
played for us as striker.
What a man, honestly. Good bloke all round.
Yeah, really, really good bloke all round. Poor guy. I think he was not expecting the aggression from the other team, to be perfectly honest. But he brought a case of Red Bulls for the boys in a little esky. He brought his brother to watch along. So I want to say, look, if you keep listening to the podcast, you also may get opportunities like this as well.
To randomly come waste a Saturday afternoon with us.
Yeah, well, to be fair, we didn't hire. We got some people who listen to play Frisbee with us.
That's true.
And now we got a soccer one. But anyways, we lost and it was a depressing ride home. My brother's team ended up losing the grand final as well. I went to watch their game.
What was the score there? Wait, so you lost to your brother's team. What was the score?
What was the score? We got,
I
well,
think
it was like 3-1, 4-1.
4-1.
Yeah, the
4-1.
score, I will say the scoreline does not reflect the closeness of the game. It
It was
nil
0-0 at halftime.
nil at halftime.
And we could have honestly should have been 1 or 2 up going into
We hit the
halftime.
crossbar
We
about
hit the
3
crossbar
times.
twice.
Yeah. I
Oh,
also
well.
like to lie, but
Coulda,
we-
woulda,
Hey,
shoulda.
we did. That's not a lie.
anyways, then second half we're playing. I think they scored 1, and the wheels fell
And
off.
then the
Really,
wheel fell
yeah.
off.
It was really 3-1, and then we were basically playing
Just
all
gave
out
up,
attack,
yeah.
and keeper was rushing and stuff. So 4-1 loss, no bingo there. Do we have any more admin updates?
No, I think. Oh, I'm sure there are.
If
Let
you
us
are
know.
out there and you have been expecting update from us from the past 5 weeks, let us know. We'll do it next episode.
Oh, I got an update from someone who asked me when I'm going to do the Mr. Potato Head record.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a loose end that we haven't tied up for maybe 3 years.
So where are you at with the Miss Potato Head?
All right, so I think the current record is like 2.71 seconds to assemble
There's
a
no way.
Mr. Potato Head. Look, I got the time down. I'm still very much in progress of hunting this record. It's just taking a little longer than expected.
Go for the Rubik's Cube one.
Nah, come on, those kids are nerds. 3 seconds, 4 seconds.
The Miss Potato Head kids aren't nerds.
No, I showed you the video. So if you haven't joined the podcast, right? I promised. It
In
was like
2021.
circa 2021, there was like a Lad Bible article of like the record being broken for fastest assembly of Mr. Potato Head. It was like this little girl from England or something like that. And if you look at the time, it was so slow.
It looks slow.
It looked so. There was so much room for optimization. I promised that I was going to break it in 3 weeks. I didn't take the Mr. Potato Head home. I never practiced. I think when I did do it for the first time ever, I think I got it in like 4.5 seconds. So I'm there or thereabouts the world record.
Would you say the record's 2 seconds?
2.7 or 2.5.
So you're
or something.
way off.
No, I made 2 seconds in the Mr. Potato World
Dude,
game.
how are you going to shave off 2 seconds?
It's not like shaving off 2 seconds in the 100 meters. This is more akin to shaving off 2 seconds in like
what, F1?
F1 maybe.
That's even worse.
I genuinely think that there's plenty of room to grow. And stay tuned for that. I'll definitely be practicing.
Step 1, Rose. Take it home.
Yeah, I'll take it home. Genuinely, I think I will. After this, I got prompted. I will take it home and I'll beat the record.
All right. You also said you had a update, a little stay dangerous.
Oh, I did have a Stay Dangerous. So a couple of weeks ago, I think, Sen, it was your story.
It was my story, yeah.
A hater of the podcast came up to you in person.
Generational hater.
Yeah. And told you to stay dangerous. And when you asked, what did that mean?
He just said it's the opposite of stay safe. And that rattled me to my core. But I also found it funny. And we said, if you ever see us in person, give us a stay dangerous and we'll know you're a podcast listener.
So I was on the bus home and this gentleman walks up to me and he actually sits next to me.
Okay, that.
That's good.
Maybe that's part of it.
on a empty bus. So I've looked at him and then he's looked at me and he's just whispered, "Stay dangerous."
That's good.
And then got up and sat in front of the
That's
seat
good.
in front. And
That is very good.
Bravo.
Excellent. I'll give that an 8 out of 10.
And so look, it's get creative with it.
Get creative.
Because all these filthy casuals on TikTok and Instagram, they come up to us and they say, "Love your reels."
Yeah,
Love your
yeah,
butt."
yeah.
Or hate your reels.
Or hate your
in some
reels.
instances.
Right? But we're so much more than that.
Yeah, exactly.
We have an hour long form episode that never gets any love.
Correct.
And so this is just for the podcast listeners. So if you listen to the podcast, right? Even if you listen to the reels, but if you listen to the podcast and you see me, Migs, Sen, or even Kush around in the streets, whisper "Stay dangerous."
Imagine a homeless person in San Francisco whispers "Stay dangerous" to Kush.
Terrifying.
Might use his taser.
His days are numbered, or that as well. If you want to tell us our days are numbered, that's also pretty welcome. I'm just asking people to threaten us, essentially.
I don't like your days are numbered because I can't tell if that's a genuine threat.
Yeah, that could just be a random person, not even like a listener of the podcast.
I just like whispering your days are numbered and you kind of dap him up.
Yeah, that's,
Gives you a shank.
nah. Stick to Stay Dangerous, but yeah, get creative with your Stay Dangerouses. Would love to see them.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we are playing top fives. So I've got a couple of lists and I'm going to reveal the list and you're going to tell me what the top 5 are of that particular list. The first one we have is Australia's most trusted brands. So we're going to go one by one. I think because we don't have Kush this time, I think maybe you just go back and forth. We'll give you maybe a life each.
Sounds good.
So if you get it wrong, you get one more chance at it. So, Migs, let's start with you. Australia's top 5 most trusted brands.
Let's say fucking Sydney Water.
Sydney Water is not on the list.
Ooh, who would you trust? Big
Exactly.
company. Do you trust the banks?
I would say don't trust
I
those.
would trust the banks.
You
Scummy.
trust the supermarkets.
I have faith in the financial industry, financial markets. Some good players there.
Some.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I would say Telstra. I think people trust Telstra.
No one trusts Telstra.
Nah, no one
Not
trusts
in the
them.
top 5.
Fair enough.
Maybe the first one to get one is potentially the winner of the round. Apple.
Apple is number 4 on the list.
Oh, well done. Oh, okay. For thinking like that. Like-
People are sheep. Australians are sheep, mate.
Maybe a car company. Maybe a Toyota.
Toyota is number 5 on the list.
Let's go.
Mm.
All right, Manu.
Now it's tough.
There's 3 left. Honestly, all 3 are gettable.
Uniqlo.
Uniqlo, not on the
That's
list.
not a bad shout.
I trust Uniqlo personally.
Right, dude, this is actually kind of hard. Okay.
What's JB Hi-Fi potentially?
Let's go Nespresso. I'm
Random.
sitting in Kush's seat, so I'm starting to think like Kush as well.
Nespresso is on the list. All right. You guys have no lives left.
All right, give us some hints.
You're
Put it-
missing the top 3. One of these is a grocery store.
Is it Aldi?
It is Aldi.
Yeah,
Aldi's
you
number 2 on the
bastard.
list.
Kmart. Is it Kmart?
Kmart is number 3 on the list.
All
So we're
right.
missing number 1.
You're missing number
The
1.
most trusted brand in a company in Australia.
In before, are these guys even Australian? Comments in the TikToks, but who do we trust?
And we haven't said number 1 yet.
Not number 1.
No.
The
I would
most
say
trustworthy brand in Australia is not Australian, firstly.
It's Australian. This is
Okay.
Australian. Number 1 is Australian. I'll be honest, you boys probably don't
What
you
do you
don't
mean by
know
that?
it or you don't go there as much.
What do you mean by that?
But I would say
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
I would say like the older generation, like your dads, they would love this brand.
Lowe's.
Lowe's is not the
that's
one.
a great shout. Is it not
the
Lowe's?
one. Nah,
Yeah, 'cause how many people still go to Lowe's? What the fuck is this?
Oh, people that go there trust it, you know?
they do.
Oh, of course. Bunnings, surely.
Bunnings is number 1 on the list. Well
Fair
done.
play.
Fair enough. Fair
Right.
enough.
So-
I do trust Bunnings. You know what? I do.
Okay. Well, Senny, you've taken that 1-0. Let's go to least trusted brands
It's
in
easy.
Australia. I'll start with you, Sen.
Qantas.
Qantas is number 3 on the list.
So many come to mind. That's,
Yeah, there's too many.
that's now the issue. I'm going to go Optus.
Optus is number 1
Yeah,
on the list.
nice. Good. I'll go Woolworths.
Did not crack
Really?
the top 5.
Okay.
He's in the top 10 though, of least
Okay.
trusted.
In the top 10? Okay. Yeah. So top 5. Damn.
Telstra.
Yeah. surely.
Telstra is the number 4 least trusted brand
So
in
what have we got so
Australia.
far? 1, 3, and 4.
1, 3, and 4. 2 and 5. I mean, you can get one of them. The 5th one is a bit left of field.
Interesting. Okay. Are they Australian companies?
One of them is, the other one is not.
Okay.
So one of them, do you want a hint?
Yeah, give us a hint.
One of them controls the narrative.
The media, of course, the media. But who? News Corp. Are they Australian? Well,
Yeah.
it's Rupert Murdoch. But is it what? Channel 9, Channel 7? I will say News Corp.
News Corp is the number 5 on the
Has to
list.
be
Only number 5. Wow.
Has to be Rupee. Tab Corp.
Not Tab. It's a good guess. No. We love gambling here in this
I'll
country.
go Coles.
Cole's not on the list.
All right.
The answer was Meta.
Oh. Big
No,
facey.
I wouldn't have got there.
Yeah, you wouldn't
eventually.
have got
No, I
there.
wouldn't have got there.
This is an easy one, all right?
That is true. I don't trust them though.
Yeah, why would you? Top 5 most preferred social media platforms for Gen Z.
I thought you were going to say preferred pronouns
that
for Gen Z.
That would-
Zer.
would have been an interesting topic.
Didn't he headbutt Materazzi in the World Cup final?
Wrong time to take a sip of the Red Bull.
Oh, God. All right, Matt, why don't you start?
Me first.
Yeah.
Gen Z.
Yeah.
Snapchat.
Snapchat is number 4 on the list.
Insta.
Insta is number 2 on the list.
TikTok.
TikTok is number 5 on the list.
After that, I got no idea. I don't assume they use Facebook. Does YouTube count as social media? I'll say YouTube.
YouTube is number 1 on the list.
Yeah.
Just punt at this point, really. Reddit.
No, Reddit
I would have
is
gone
not
Reddit as well, to be honest. I was
on the
thinking,
list.
I'll say Facebook then. Finish
Facebook
us
is
off.
number 3 on the list.
Yeah.
Well
There you go.
done. All right. Sen takes that round. Top 5 safest airlines.
Emirates.
Emirates is not on the list, mate.
Qantas.
Qantas 2 on the list.
United Airlines.
United Airlines not on the list.
This is a fucking joke.
Singapore.
Singapore Airlines not on the list.
Really? Okay.
Mount, no?
We'll just keep going.
Just name. This
Alright.
is just how many airlines can you name really at
Fine
this
then.
point?
EasyJet, if you're going to say they're going to surprise me.
No. Easy
Oh yeah,
jet.
surprise me, Ryanair.
Look, stop taking the piss, all right?
Okay, sorry.
Get
yeah.
dialed. Manu, give me a proper answer.
KLM.
Ooh, no.
Give you a proper answer. I'm wrong anyways.
Qatar.
Qatar is number 5 on the list.
Air Canada.
Air Canada is not on the list, but there is an Air something that is on the list.
Jordan.
Etihad.
Etihad is 4 on the list.
Bro. The
Someone's
Arab
bribed their way
countries,
to
bro.
fucking get on this list, bro. Seriously.
You've got 3 and 1.
3 will surprise you.
3 will surprise you. 1 will shock you even more.
I'm going to say Virgin Australia, bro.
Beautiful, Migs. Number 3 on the list. Well
Really?
done. We're missing number 1.
So the safest airline in the world, we'll say Cathay Pacific, surely.
No bingo. It's actually Air New Zealand
Really?
is the
Okay.
safest airline of 2024.
There you go. Fair enough.
Score is 3-1 Sen's way, but there is a long way to go in this fight. Top 5 most powerful Australian athletes.
Sam Kerr.
Sam Kerr is number 2 on
Number
the
1.
list.
Oh, number 2. We'll say on a global scale. Fuck, who else is in?
Who else? do we
How
have?
recent is this?
It's 2024. All of these, I think, would be in the zeitgeist.
We'll say Daniel Ricciardo.
Not Daniel Ricciardo.
Fuck.
We'll go the Demon, Alex Demonor.
Not the Demon. Not on the list.
I'm all out.
I
really.
would say think sports that Australians play.
We just named.
No, but like it's like in Australia.
International.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
okay. Then
Australian
I'll say Nathan Cleary.
Nathan Cleary is number 3 on the list.
Yeah. Okay. But how does Sam Kerr make it then?
There's one more Matilda, just quietly.
Name who else would it be of the Matildas?
Yeah, I've got no one on my name. Mary Fowler.
Mary Fowler is 4 on the
Yeah.
list.
So we've said 3 of them.
So you're missing 1 and 5.
Maybe
We'll say Pat Cummins,
Pat Cummins is number 1 on the list.
as he should be, my king.
Now you're missing 5, and this is more of a fringe sport, I would say, if I were to guide you in the direction.
Okay.
Fringe sport in general
So
or fringe
AFL.
sport in Australia?
No, so this is now, again, we're going back globally. Think big picture.
Right.
Okay.
And it's-
Macro.
Tim Zoo.
Tim Zhu is not the one.
Shit. I went.
The Volk.
The
surely.
The Volk. Fuck.
The Volk is number 5 on the list.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sen
Only
takes
number
it out.
5. It's a shame.
Top 5 most paid Australian athletes.
Surely it's Daniel Ricciardo number 1.
Nowhere near, mate.
Isn't he like on $25 million a year?
He's
or
on
20?
10 mil
Okay.
a year, but he's not.
Top.
And there's people paid higher than him.
Number 5 is getting paid 15.56
So that's the
million.
threshold. That's the bottom.
That's minimum.
Oh, I think I know who would be on this list.
Volk.
No,
No.
I'll say Cam Smith, the golfer.
That's what I was thinking of.
not on here.
Really?
Bro, the
Isn't he
Saudis are
getting that
giving him,
freaking-
he's on that live golf money. I would audit this list.
Ben Simmons.
Ben
Yeah,
Simmons is
Ben
number
Simmons is
1
what I was thinking.
on the list.
30 mil? How much is he on?
$60
He's on
million
max.
a year.
He's on a max.
Still.
Yeah, last
Fuck
year of the max
me.
contract.
All right. So that's Ben Simmons. I would say Josh Giddey. Is he up there?
Not the Josh that's on the list.
Wow. Okay.
Josh Green.
Josh Green is 3 on the list, getting paid $18.85 million a year.
Wow. Jesus Christ. Who else is up there? I reckon IPL. Are you getting that kind of money in the IPL? Let's say Pat Cummins. How much did he make?
Not on the list.
Yeah, fair.
So- You're probably getting paid millions, but it's for 6 weeks. You're getting 15 million for 6
true. Yeah,
weeks.
that's
You know what I
fair.
mean?
That's a good point.
All right, Manu.
I'm going with the Jordan bloke.
Jordan Maitala is number 2 on the list, $33 million a year for the Philly Eagles. Well done, Manu.
How many do we have left?
You got 2 more. 4 and 5.
4 and 5.
The Scrubs on a measly 16.4 and $15.6 million a year.
So none of these guys are playing Australian sports. So there's no NRL, no AFL, no
You're dreaming.
cricket. Forget
No
about
way.
them. So now we're thinking soccer, NBA, NFL,
Has to
baseball,
be
maybe.
American sports.
Yeah.
There's no Australian footballer that's
Yeah, true.
That
No
big
one's
time.
making that kind of money. So again, it has to be an American sport. Yeah, we'll go Jock Landale. Or
Jock Landale is
me.
incorrect.
Who else is there?
Dude,
man?
who else could there be?
I'll just give you two if you don't want. Migs clearly won this.
Yeah, but
Just
Yeah,
throw,
you know
throw
what,
the
yeah, just-
sport first.
Basketball. Both of them are basketball.
fuck me. Oh, is there anyone like in Euro League? Would you be making that kind of money? Surely not, right?
Who?
Joe Ingles.
Joe Ingles is 4 on the list.
Okay.
I don't know. The fifth one.
Yeah, I don't know who the fifth one would be.
The fifth is my hero, Matisse Thybulle.
Oh, I forgot he was
True.
Australian.
15.6 million Matisse makes. Some may say overpaid. Can't even make it to the Aussie first 11. No?
I think he got
He
injured,
didn't make
right?
the Olympics.
Oh,
Didn't see him in the Olympics.
Damn.
Wowee. So last round, the score is 4-2. Sen has taken this, but Manu is playing for pride. The last list is top 5 richest Australians.
Gina Reinhardt.
Gina Reinhardt is number 1 on the list. Her net worth is $40 billion.
40? Shit, okay.
I'm all out of Australians now.
All right. I can think of 2 more.
Go on.
The fucking Atlassian guys. What's their names?
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Cannon Brooks and Farquad or whatever his name is. Are they there though?
Yeah, 2 and 5 on the list.
Oh, really?
Oh, sorry, 3 and 5 on the list.
Okay.
So what? 2 and 4.
So there's 2 and 4, and to be honest, I think
Do you know
there's
who
no
they
hope.
are?
I think I know one more.
Give it to us.
The Forrest guy. He's like the mining guy. Andrew Forrest, is he on there?
Nah.
Nah. All right. Oh, Murdoch. Is he Australian technically? Kinda? Nah.
Murdoch not there.
Nah, I'm out.
So number 2 on the list is Harry Triggerboff and family. And he's the bloke who founded the Meriton.
Ah.
Fair enough.
And number 4 on the list is Anthony Pratt. And he started Visi, the packaging company.
I was going
And
to say,
the
are they the
bins.
rubbish? Yeah, the rubbish people?
They do all of that. They do all of that.
This guy made $1 billion off rubbish.
So I'll read you the list, yeah? Scott Farquhar. Lord Farquhar is $22.88 billion.
Wow.
Anthony Pratt, $23.3 billion.
He made $23 billion off rubbish.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Just collecting your red and yellow bins. Mate. Mike Cannon Brooks, $24.38 billion. Harry Triggerboff, $26.9 billion.
Triggerboff do?
He was married.
Oh, Meriton. Sorry, yeah, you just said.
And then Gina at 40 bill. So Gina's
Genus. Holy
Clear.
fuck.
No,
40
Someone
bill.
give me a crumb.
Yeah. Someone sponsor this pod.
Ladies and gentlemen, as always, this episode is sponsored by our good friends at Manscaped, the leaders in male grooming. And boys, they've got something special, right? Usually I'm shilling the lawnmower, I'm shilling the ball deodorant, but today I'm going to be shilling the scalp buffer.
Wow.
So what is a scalp buffer, you may add, or you may want to know? It's like a thick silicone bristles that are 100% antibacterial, right? You basically just rub this scrubber on your head and it exfoliates your skin. And as guys, look, we don't really take care of our hair all that well, to be honest. And so it's actually amazing that our good friends at Manscaped have come with the product just like that for us. One of the coolest features I've got to say is that it is designed to stimulate blood flow to your hair follicles.
Wow.
Increased blood flow means healthier hair.
Of course.
So look, it's simple as this, right? Get the scalp buffer, rock up to manscaped.com, have a look at what they're offering, right? You know, you see the lawnmower, scroll past that. You've already got one of those, right? See the performance package, don't worry about it. You've got one of those too. But what you don't have, right? What you're missing is the stuff for your head. So go to manscaped.com, pick yourself up a scalp buffer. Get 20% off with the code TCB at checkout, manscaped.com.
Alrighty, we're back with agree or disagree. Very simple premise. We've each got a couple of little statements that we believe in, and we're going to give them to each other. And then we have little paddles here, little red thumbs down and a little green thumbs up. So we're going to say if we agree or disagree with that statement. So I'll start us off. Boys, we're in September, coming up to the end of the year. And obviously, well, I don't know about you guys, but we have a Christmas shutdown. We have to take 7 days off. Companies should stop forcing their employees to take forced annual leave over the Christmas break. Agree or disagree? 3,
Migs and Sen.
2, 1.
I mean, shock.
Big time.
Shock, we all agree as employees.
But yeah, like I know a lot of people, well, I actually don't mind it, to be honest. Like I don't mind having that time off, but I know a lot of people who are like, oh yeah, I don't really celebrate Christmas, and like the December time of year is so expensive to travel anywhere. So like I'd rather work, save that leave and go like use it at another time of the year.
Mm.
But obviously,
If there's no work, there's no
the
work.
whole thing is like, if you're a client facing, especially like, your clients are on leave. So like, what are you going to be doing for like those 2 weeks? I get it.
How's that my fault? As an employee, why is that my fault? And I have to take this annual leave. It is true.
No, I agree. As in so I've worked, actually, to be honest, the 2 careers that I've worked at, I've never been forced to take annual leave over the Christmas periods. I have no idea about the lifestyle that you boys lead. Although I do know that if I was forced to take Christmas or annual leave, like half your annual leave in a specific period, I'd be absolutely furious.
Yeah.
I'd be furious. Because as you said, the flights, they're all jacked up.
Correct.
I like to travel in off-peak times. I don't have any kids to, work out school holidays or anything like that. So, man, I can travel whenever I want. I read on Reddit the other day that some bloke, his company was asking him to take 3 weeks off. So 15 annual leave days. And so he didn't have the leave, so he had to take unpaid leave off the back of it.
Oh, really?
How many do you get? 20 days? That's crazy.
Yeah, insane.
I remember one year at KPMG, we had to take 9 days. And then they're like, we also strongly encourage you to take an extra week as well on top of that. And I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm burning 14 days.
Yeah, because how do you do a Euro trip?
You can't.
You can't.
But then there's like other things where you can take leave without pay or you can buy leave. I actually don't get how buying leave
I don't
works.
get it either. What's the point?
It scares me. I'm too scared to ask people how it works. But they're like, oh yeah, you can just buy leave. But I'm like,
what's a day worth? Is it a day's salary? You've just got to.
I think there's
transfer?
tax implications that
Correct.
benefit you
Yeah.
rather than the alternative, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But
Or
yeah,
negative or some shit.
That's shock. We all agree with this statement.
That's an easy one.
But if you were a business owner,
Oh, I'd be the other way. I'd be fucking take your leave immediately.
I think I wouldn't though either. I think it's just it just feels like a human thing to just give people some time off and having to pay them. Like, oh, okay, it cuts into your profit margin a little bit. Shock. You only, your bonus is only $1 million instead of $1.5 million.
No, but the thing is, people will take their leave regardless, right? So why force them to take it for that specific time of the year?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my point.
But like you're saying, actually, I don't know what you're trying to say.
Well, I'm saying that.
So they work during work period, man. So you don't have people leaving for 4 weeks in June, then 4 weeks in May, and 4 weeks in April.
It's trying to control that as well.
Exactly.
It's just all. We're just a rat race. We can't escape. This is the problem.
I have to take 10 days annual leave this year.
How does it
really?
make you feel?
I actually never think about it because I just go negative or whatever. It doesn't.
Oh,
impact me,
really?
but I don't like it in principle.
I don't think I've ever gone negative.
Stay positive, baby.
Stay positive. Yeah, how's yours 10?
It's 10. I don't know. It says take 10
I think
days.
I calculate. I think mine was 7 because it's just that week, like from Christmas to New Year's, plus a couple of days either way.
Side.
Yeah.
Mine is your last working day will be 20th December. Your first day back will be 9th of January.
Fuck, that's how many days in the end? 11, 20 days you're getting off in total. It's pretty good.
For 7 days off.
Yeah, but that's half my annual leave gone.
Well, no, but surely you've got some decent amount stored up at this point.
No, I don't.
Really?
I've frivolously gone Japan, Europe, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you still accrue it, by the way.
Actually, that's the thing. I've never thought about this. Do you guys think about the forced shutdown when you're taking your holidays during the month?
Nah.
During the rest of the year?
No.
What do you mean?
So you know that you're going to have to take 7 or 10 days off or whatever, guaranteed in December. So you're like, oh, I probably shouldn't go to Japan for this long because I know I'm going to have to go into negatives or unpaid leave or whatever.
I'll just go and leave, brother.
Yeah, I'll just go.
Whatever
You can't be
the
serious,
admin is, that's not a me problem.
Yeah,
All right,
exactly.
interesting. All
All
right.
right, next one.
Agree or disagree? Reference checks are the biggest waste of time. 3, 2, 1. Oh,
In
right.
theory,
In
no.
theory,
In
yeah,
theory, no.
Correct.
But realistically, you're never getting an honest reference check.
Correct.
So three agrees. My thinking is this, yeah? I've handpicked my 3 best buddies at my previous work, and then the HR manager calls, shock horror, I'm a good candidate. What's doing?
Yeah, I get that. But
Because even if you're the shittest employee, you got to pick someone that likes you at least.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So why do we go through this rigmarole of, how we're sent to work with, how's his managerial style, this and that?
that is true. It's a good point. But in an ideal world, you would just be calling their their last manager or whoever their most senior person was. And like, they're not asking you to provide it. Like, they can just be able to access it and go call them and figure out, what kind of a psycho you are.
Yeah, ideally, it's all it's like a scientific experiment, double blind. You just pick up the phone, pick up the manager, and just get honest opinions.
What are your thoughts on the psychometric testing? now that we're talking about the whole process, where does also a waste of time, you reckon?
I like playing the games.
Yeah, I don't mind it because I do well in them, so I don't mind it. But I could imagine if you don't do well in them, but you're a good employee, you'd fucking hate them.
Well, I've only done a couple when you're doing Big Four. I've never gone through this process unless you're trying to get into like Deloitte Consulting.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist. It's just like a consulting thing.
I think no, it's a lot of places also
places
like
do
it.
it,
Yeah.
Seriously. What do you mean? Like you do the games? Like I remember
It's
me-
not games.
we were on a
bro.
road trip doing the PwC psychometric testing, and it was like how many? It was like testing click speed. Like how many balloons can you pop in
It's like,
like
the
10 seconds?
cooking game.
Yeah.
Yeah, the KPMG one was like a carnival or some shit. No, maybe that was PwC. But anyway, no, a lot of companies do it, but it's like general knowledge or like not general.
It's like
the
problem
general
solving.
ability. Yeah, like the shapes, like the shape patterns. You'd be like, they'll give you like a little episode, like read this, answer the question, some quick maths. It's like that sort of stuff. It's not
They take it seriously. The companies,
I got the personality quizzes where it's like, you know,
MBTI.
yeah, or not. But it's a version of that. It's like, oh, you know, you and Tom don't get along, and then answer one is like, do you talk about it and dispute it peacefully? Like B is, do you
Go to
slam
the car park.
Yeah, go to the car park and smack him over the head with a crowbar. It's like I'm pretty sure I know which option to choose.
Who's failing these things?
Yeah, I don't know who's actually failing them. It's very obvious, like the answer that you need to pick.
It's like there's your training modules at work where they get you to do. I don't know if you guys do this, but we have like training modules that you have to do, and like it's very
Like IT
obvious
security and shit like that, yeah.
It's like the most obvious answers in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you have a file in your computer and your computer breaks. What do? Or email it to everyone so I can access it on any computer. Yeah, right.
Yeah, like a client sends you really personal information. What should you do? Print it out and leave it on your desk, or give everyone copies, or like leave it on the bus and stuff like that. Come on,
It's so
like-
silly.
Anyway, I agree. Reference is pointless.
No good.
All right, my one. Agree or disagree? Office perks like office snacks are overrated. 3, 2, 1.
I disagree.
I disagree.
Oh, dude, it's fucking overrated, man. Because why I say this is because that's what companies try and get you in the office for. That part where it's like, and then people subscribe. They're like, oh, you know, today, for example, we've got this free coffee coming in. I've got to come in the office now. Brother, no, you don't have to come in.
But there are other office perks. Like I got free health insurance from my old company. And then I got Invisalign, which I would have paid $10,000 and I paid like $2,500.
But let me like less value, like not fucking couple $100,000 perks. All right.
Like another perk, we were talking about this before. Like I don't have to, I can still take time off during Christmas, but it's not part of the shutdown. Like I don't have to take annual leave. All these things are perks. Like obviously the office snacks, I mean, whatever. Like they're just throwaways. They just make your experience a bit nicer. But there are some genuinely good office perks. Like Canva gives you free lunch every time you come into the office.
You can have lunch at home, brother.
But that's like
Atlassian, same thing.
same deal. Yeah. So
Salesforce, one of our friends worked there. I went there recently. Bro, they got not one, but 2 cafes, free drinks, anything you want
yeah.
at any time. Unbelievable. Coffee, hot tea, cold drinks, juice.
Yeah, that's cream of the crop, man. I'm talking the average office.
I don't know. I'm a shill for this shit. Like, we used to have like free Messina carts that would come into the office. You better believe I was coming in that day.
I just don't see how you could like rearrange your whole schedule and you're like, for a bit of Messina that you probably won't even buy in your own time.
But that's why, because I wouldn't normally buy it. I'm
Yeah.
like, give me a free one.
You guys are sheep, seriously.
Dude, I think honestly, anything free,
I was
I'm
gonna
just
say-
going to take it.
Yeah, they're playing you like a fiddle, man.
I think at this point in corporate life, like anything I'll get excited for. Just give me something to get out of the bed for.
A little bit of joy, you know,
Yeah.
in the otherwise
So I don't
mundane
mind it.
existence.
Like, look,
I
at the end of the day,
see through the gimmicks.
Nah, well, it's harmless, right? A lot of the times it is harmless. Like, what are you actually losing here?
No, but it's like companies will give it to make you come to the office.
I think that's fine. The alternative is like they give you nothing and still
Stay-
expect you to come to the office.
Stay home, innit?
So if I still have to come in, I'd rather they give me like some freebie to look forward to.
I think there's too much value placed on like these small little
Well,
office perks.
if they're like, we're going to pay you like 10 grand a year cheaper and we're going to give you some, you know, Kit Kats every day. Yeah, I'm probably taking a look at that. But if it's like, you know, they're just trying to incentivize you somehow and the freebies are the way to do that, I got no issues with that.
Yeah,
I am willing to be bribed.
I think that's play on.
That's crazy.
All right. My next one. Asia is a better holiday destination than Europe. All right. 3, 2, 1. I didn't even believe myself. I thought it'd be a good hook though. But I will say Asia is up there. It is up
so
there.
you go and disagree.
I've gone disagree, but
I've
actually,
gone
I've
agree.
gone middle. I've gone middle.
No, no middles.
I think.
Yeah,
it
no
is-
middles. Choose one.
Hey, I'll say disagree.
So Sen and I disagree. Ro agree.
I agree.
But I will say Asia is good. It's very diverse. You can have anywhere from the Indian kind of Asian, like the subcontinent. You have the Asian, like this. You have like your Chinas, your
Sorry?
Japans, and then Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of diversity there. The food is good. If you want like your beaches, you still got Bali.
Let me defend Asia. You tell me why
No,
Europe's a better holiday.
Europe, I think, is just the novelty that you're going so far away to see something that you. I think because Asia is so close to Australia, we kind of take it for granted.
Dude, whether I want to plane for 14 hours or 7 hours doesn't make a difference. They're both far away.
I think it does.
Nah.
Suddenly, when you're on the other side of the world, it seems amazing.
I'm not sitting there like envisioning myself on the other side of the world. If I'm not in Australia,
You're gone. You're just away.
I'm away.
Just, as long as it's not here.
Yeah. Why do you disagree, Manu? Or why do you agree, I should say?
I think Europe is just holistically just a better holiday experience.
Aesthetically pleasing.
Aesthetically pleasing.
And the fact that all the countries are so close together, you can like ring and see a lot of them really quickly.
yeah, Western Europe, Central Europe, different experiences. Eastern Europe, if that's your vibe, go ahead. You can go South Italy, North. You can go see some snow and some lights, Northern
You
Lights.
make that argument, like Sen said, Southeast Asia, subcontinent, Asia, as he so eloquently put it. Look, my thing is this, right? Asia, I did go to Asia heavily this year, to be fair. I went to Hong Kong, Vietnam, and Japan with you boys. And I got to say, I think just because I feel like I fit in more in Asia. No, as in like the culture is more aligned.
Sound like our TikTok comments.
Everyone's like so friendly. The food, I have to say, dare I suggest, is far better in Asia. Everything is way cheaper. And not only that, like the service that you get is insane. For like $100 a night, you're living in like a beautiful villa in Bali, let's say. Europe,
I agree.
your money's getting stretched a bit thin, but it's not even about the money. I think there's just more fun things to do. Like, I think we made this argument previously when we were rating the holiday destinations. I'm a water guy. I love the water. And if you go to Asia, plenty of that, right? Then there's the hustle and bustle.
There's water in Europe as well. You know that, right?
No, I understand that. But it's like, I don't know. It's just different. It's just different.
I think the biggest argument would be the proximity and the value for money.
Forget the proximity.
Your Australian dollar goes a lot farther in Asia than it would in Europe. I would say the food is better. But aesthetically, I would say Europe looks better.
the experience, I think, is
and the
better in Europe.
experience. I think it's because it's
The culture, the history, the
Look,
landscapes.
like for example,
Swiss Alps, mate.
no, there is beauty obviously in Europe. I'm not going to deny that. Maybe like different kind of beauty, mountains, this and that, amazing, right? But I think Asia is a place that I would just travel to over and over again. I've seen Germany. I've seen it, right? Would I go back there? Maybe not. If the opportunity presents itself, maybe. But am I going back to Vietnam? Yeah, I'm going back to Vietnam in an instant.
Let's say you lived 3 hours from Germany,
Mm.
and let's say Vietnam was 15 hours away.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still standing by that?
Yeah, I'm going.
No way.
That's a lie.
Zero
That's a lie.
chance,
That's just
brother.
a lie.
What do you
That's just
mean?
immediately a lie.
What do you mean? If I lived, you're saying if I lived in Europe, would I want to travel in Europe? Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, so you're choosing Asia because it's closer. Like you like Vietnam, but you're not liking Vietnam enough that if it was 20 hours away, you would go that often.
Yeah. I don't know what the
If a flight
argument
to
I'm
is.
saying-
Vietnam was $2,000,
Correct. Are
Well,
you still going?
as frequently as you're saying right now.
I'm saying your proximity is what's making you biased towards Asia.
Not, I don't think so. As in, there's probably
I
an
know
element.
Euro. I think it is.
No, isn't if Germany was $2,000 flight ticket and Vietnam was $2,000 flight ticket?
Yeah, all things
I'm
being
going to
equal,
Vietnam.
you would choose Vietnam. I agree.
Yeah.
But let's say it was swapped the other way. Let's say Vietnam is now 2,000 and you're Germany.
Germany's
You can
like-
go for like 400, $500.
Yeah, okay, fine. I'm going to Germany, but I'm lusting after Vietnam. You know what I mean? My heart is going there.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I think both are good. I think both are objectively good.
No, they're good. Look, obviously I love Europe, right? I'll probably go next year, to be
Yeah.
honest. But Asia has my heart.
So funny. All right, next.
Agree or disagree? The correct order is rice, noodles, bread. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Shock horror.
Yeah.
3 agrees.
Okay.
Shock horror.
I thought you were a noodle man, my guy. Migs?
Yeah, I thought you were a noodle guy, actually.
But I'm thinking about it. What would I just eat on a daily if
True.
For the rest of my, if I had to pick one, it'd be rice.
But let's say you went to a restaurant. What are you choosing? Are you choosing a rice-based dish or a noodle-based dish?
Depends on the cuisine, but I would lean towards noodles potentially because I just don't have noodles often. That's the only reason why.
Okay.
So if I'm eating out, change it up, But at home, I'm eating rice left, right, and center, mate.
Bread, no love for the bread.
I just don't like getting my hands in there and like at a restaurant, I don't like to. At home, happily, I'll use my hands for anything. But yeah, I think it's just more the
sandwich. No love for
I thought
focaccia sandwich.
I took bread to be like a roti.
No, whatever you want,
stuff.
really. Yeah, but I mean, traditionally, sandwich is probably the more.
But no, because that's what I'm thinking. Like when you go rice noodle bread, I assumed you meant like that sort of stuff, like a
Asian
naan.
bread.
The big three carbohydrates.
Love for potatoes, potentially.
No.
Yeah, can we get chips in there somewhere? Because I'm paying chips over bread probably.
Potatoes over bread.
Yeah, easily.
Nah, that's sacrilegious.
Nah, I actually don't care. I
No
don't
way.
care for bread. I
Pizza?
really don't care
Pizza
for
counts as bread though,
Get out of here.
bread.
because it's dough.
Okay, fine.
I'm thinking, what about I had a Costa's takeaway. The reason why I came up with this, I had a Costa's takeaway sandwich for the first time. Chicken shinny.
Huge.
And I got to say, delightful. And focaccia's in these days. Like, genuinely delightful sandwich. I thought I hated sandwiches. I just associate
Sandwiches are great.
sandwiches
Having
with
like a ham and cheese sandwich.
ham sandwiches in primary school, and I just never got into the fact. And
Dude,
then-
If you get a proper sandwich, it's
You got to try Nort's or maybe Brooklyn Bridge Deli.
I had the
South
Reuben.
Dowling.
I haven't tried. I've heard good things though.
Very good things.
I had the Reuben at Brooklyn Bridge, I think.
Thoughts?
Mate, beautiful. First time I
Yeah.
had a Reuben, massive sandwich.
They're big sandwiches.
Massive.
So that's not overtaking noodles or rice.
No, don't be silly.
I think rice you can have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, to be honest.
Same with sandwiches, Loki.
You know,
Bread.
you know,
You can have different kinds of bread for breakfast, lunch,
what's
and
the
dinner.
brekkie bread for you?
Eggs
Bacon
on
and egg
toast,
roll?
for example.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
Lunch, you have a proper sandwich. Dinner, treat yourself to a
Pizza.
or something.
yeah, you're right.
Peter, what about like a little shawarma, a kebab?
Yeah, true.
These are all
that
bread
counts
by
as
your
bread,
stupid.
actually.
That's actually my banh mi's as well, dude. Now I'm
Banh
thinking
mi's.
Any cylindrical object.
Nah, still rice. Rice is still one. Maybe it's noodles and bread. I reckon you could toss up.
Bro, the people,
Rice is undefeated, in my opinion.
No, rice is undefeated, but now I'm thinking about it. Any circular bread thing I'm into, for sure.
Was it better than, what are some noodles?
Subway,
Chow mein,
Love Subway.
ramen, pho.
You know what?
Wonton noodle soup.
Pad see ew.
Pad see ew, pad thai.
Nah, I'm still choosing a noodle to be honest.
I actually think I
I
might
might
be
choose bread. bro.
demoting noodles to 3. Now that we mention it.
Nah,
because if-
mee goreng, wow.
Nah, forget about that. These
What if I
are.
take a pizza and a sandwich and
No, forget the sandwich. They mean
Respectfully,
nothing to me.
pizza is not bread. I'm not
It's dough, brother.
categorizing
It's
that under
dough.
bread.
Nah, it's bread. Has to be bread. Sen's not happy. Dude, Migs, talk to me. Oh, okay. Forget the sandwiches. I can live without them, right? Kebabs,
Yep.
banh mi, pizza.
Yes.
They actually might be my, in the top 5 foods I love the most.
Oh, fuck.
Sorry.
Dude, disagree.
Disagree.
Big disagree. Yeah.
Wow,
Put it that way.
Yeah, God, when you talk it out like that.
I was just thinking loaves, dude.
Yeah. Like, for
Yeah,
example,
you're thinking like baguettes and stuff.
I can live without a pad see
Pastries
ew.
count as bread.
Yeah, I was gonna say croissants, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Wow,
We'll
then
count
you know
them.
that's
Yeah, you know what?
fuck noodles off.
Next one. Agree or disagree? K-pop fans are extremely toxic.
I don't know if my knowledge extends this far, but count us down.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
No, they could do no wrong. I love them.
I big fan of no. So Ro and I agree.
I agree, dude. They're
3 agrees.
feral,
3 agrees.
dude. I think any like big artist in this day and age has like just their fans are rabid, dude. I feel like Taylor Swift fans are
Yeah, but it's
cuckoo as well.
K-pop culture specifically. It's so
stans.
like the stands and there's just the culture. It's so
It's like the parasocial.
it's so judgmental and
Yeah.
parasocial, right?
Yeah.
So like me and my missus watching a show. It's about fucking there's a K-pop group and there was a competition to get in the group,
BTS.
right? Not BTS.
Korean Idol,
Cat's Eye.
Stray Kids.
No buy-in.
SNSD.
I said the name. Cat's Eye.
What?
My favorite, actually.
There you
Is that
go.
what
One
they're
of my
called?
favorites.
Anyways, there's a group and people auditioning to get in, and then obviously there's like user participation, right? The people at home are like voting and shit, and the comments are feral. It's like, oh, because you know the Korean beauty standard as well. It's like, oh, this person's not light enough. This person's
Right.
mouth is slanted, like those sort of things where it's so superficial, but it gets so attacky, and it's like fucking rampant online.
Yeah, vile.
Hate, it's vitriol.
It's very, like you think football fans are toxic, like sport fans are toxic. Nah, dude, these guys are another level.
And then it's parasocial. It's so parasocial. They want every little detail of everyone's life.
Yeah, dude. So many times I've seen on like Twitter, like people just talking about Jungkook as if they knew him, as if they're like best mates with him. I'm like, dude, this guy doesn't even know you exist, man. And like your whole profile picture, your Twitter handle, everything is about this guy. It's kind of concerning.
It's a bit weird.
Is it low-key mental health? I don't know.
And
Is it
then
like
the process to get into a group, it's so like military.
Yeah, I've seen
training.
that actually. Yeah, it's like pretty.
It's like military school, isn't it? They like, okay, well, this is what I've heard, right? From our friend John, who has a friend in a K-pop group. And they have the machine in Australia, right? And so they do the auditions. Once you get picked, you go back to Korea and then you just get fed through this like system where
Just got like a factory where they pump these guys out.
they just
isn't it?
pump them out.
You
They
got to like dance like 10 hours a day to rehearse. And you got to sing for 4 hours. Like that type of vibe.
surgery, this and that, bleaching faces, all this.
Don't they
kind of
like
gear.
basically make up your backstory as well, or like they kind of like create a personality for you?
Yeah, they have to. They have to like to sell you because you're just a commodity.
You're a product, yeah.
And they're just trying to sell you to the masses. And if you can sing and dance, like fair play. But that I find toxic. I don't know about I haven't heard this.
No, their fans are rabid, dude. They're crazy.
Let's go. Say one thing bad about BTS, see what happens.
No,
No,
I
no,
wouldn't.
no,
I
I won't
wouldn't
do that.
I wouldn't. All right, my one is Australia isn't as chill / laid back as people make it out to be. 3, 2, 1.
All right. Sen and I agree. Migs disagree.
Because I think it's just relative to other cultures, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, there are a lot of things here are not as laid back, but we live in Sydney, right? And we're all corporate. So we live in like
True.
a hustle bustle like type environment anyways. But then if you compare that to, let's say, Japan, when we first got to Japan, right? First day, we got there at midnight, people still working. That's not really happening here, as in the mass that it is in Japan, for example.
True.
And then you compare it to like, I don't know, New York, London, etc. London, for example,
Again.
the vibe is you can't say hi to anyone, it'll tell you to fuck off.
Yeah, or they'll steal your phone off the street, apparently.
Bro, that's crazy. Have you seen videos of
I
that?
saw videos of like they come up on like bikes, like you'll be standing there on the street with your phone out, and they'll come up on bikes, literally
like-
ride past you, and they'll just grab your phone, and then
Yeah.
you're gone. Dude, when I was in London, I swear I had my phone out like this willy nilly, not even thinking about this sort of stuff.
Yeah, but it's like when you're at the bus stop and you got your AirPods in and you're just like texting a mate and they just come and
Gone.
smash and grab.
Yeah. Anyway, no, I agree with that. But putting the work stuff aside, like even outside of work, I feel like people here are just so bothered by things.
No, we love rules, man.
Yeah.
Everyone loves a rule. Seriously. Like we need structure in our lives. Otherwise, we just don't function as a society.
Dude, like people say like Sydney is a nanny state, and it really is. Like people just abide by all the rules, like, and people like dobbing on other people as well, and like
They're
everyone's like a
narcs
narc,
everywhere.
dude. Everyone's a narc, everyone's a Karen.
So I was talking to a friend last night and she went to EDC in Vegas and I don't know, it's like a rave there or whatever. And she's been to raves here and she was like worried that how is she going to get drugs and how is she going to funnel it in? Because in Sydney, at least they've got the sniffer dogs.
dogs, yeah.
They've got cops everywhere. They've got all this sort of thing. Mate, EDC in Vegas, come in, just pat you down, make sure you don't have any guns. Off you go. No
That's it.
dramas whatsoever.
Yeah.
And so, obviously not to glorify drugs, but that's chill.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That seems more chill than the beatdown that you get here.
yeah, and I feel like there's like more freedoms over there, as ironic as it sounds, in
Bro,
the US.
I'm treated like a criminal. Dude, the other day I was going to work and there was a Opal card inspector who came on the bus, right?
What a nerd, bro.
The bus stopped. The Opal card person yelled at the bus driver, lock the doors. Then walks in and goes, tap, tap, tap.
Lock the door.
Make sure there's no one escaping and make sure there's no one, fair evading.
Who was he expecting on there? Jason Bourne or some shit gonna jump through the window
Michael Schofield.
to avoid a $4 fucking Opal fee or fine, like $100 fine or something.
You know what I'm saying? Like that is
That's
not
crazy.
chill. Like
yeah.
you're sitting there in
If
prison.
the question was Sydney, I might agree. But Australia.
Oh man, dude.
Because I
Everyone's
feel like if you go
out-
for a
dude,
drive, you go somewhere else, people are chill like everywhere else.
I feel like everyone's just out for themselves. Like there's no sense of community.
But that's in every big
Everyone's
city.
just trying to scam each other.
That's in every big city.
But if you're talking about Australia, like if you drive to the country areas, you're probably gonna get community. You're probably gonna get more chill people.
Even like fucking Wollongong or some shit.
No, but that happens-
Central Coast.
that probably happens everywhere. Like you go to the US, you drive to the south,
Yeah.
like in the middle of the US, you're probably getting really friendly people. But I know we love, mate. Think about
Dude,
the
like
elections.
any other country, like if you look like France, I feel like they're protesting or striking every other week. Here, we just accept it. It is what it is.
That's true. Yeah.
And then like when like the
But
unions,
that's the
like,
laid back part. Don't care.
no, but that, you should care. I feel about these sort of things.
well, the nurses are striking at the moment.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say like the unions, CFMEU tried to strike a few weeks ago, and everyone had a go at them. Like,
Is the
these
government
guys-
taking advantage of the laid back culture?
Yeah,
that's what I'm
right.
saying. I think it is.
Let's get the conspiracy hats on. They feed this to the population.
Yeah, they want to keep us in check, mate. I don't know. That's just my two cents on that.
All right. My controversial opinion. Sydney summer is overrated. 3, 2, 1.
Well, depends what your.
Put up a paddle and have a chat, Sen.
So Mino and I have agreed.
I would disagree because I don't know what you're comparing it to. What do you like? What's your frame of reference here?
So my frame of reference is, everyone's frothing for the summer. Can't wait for summer. Can't wait for summer. This and that.
Yeah.
Summer's too hot. It's too hot. Right now it is spring. And I got to say the weather is perfect.
As it has been raining the past
Yeah.
week.
Forget that.
3 days, 4 days.
But come December, January, February, it's too hot for the beach. Temperatures are at like 40 degrees. You're sitting there like sweating, bathing in your own sweat at home. That's my frame of reference.
That's it. It's just too hot. That's your
It's
whole
uncomfortable.
argument.
It's uncomfortably hot, man.
Yeah. It's humid as well these days.
It
You
is
can't
humid,
do
I'll tell you
half
that.
the
It is
activities you
humid.
want to do on a regular basis.
But you could say that about a lot of the places on Earth. Like during summer, it just gets too hot to do things.
But are they glorified as much as a
Yeah, like people say Euro summer, but if you go like spend in Italy during midsummer, one of my friends was there a couple of weeks ago. He said it was like
Midsummer's nice
40
too.
degrees in Florence when he was there. He's like, it was too hot to walk around. You couldn't do anything.
It's global warming, isn't it?
It is just global warming.
But I feel like,
So
people,
I think overrated is a harsh thing to say.
okay. Where would you say, what's your argument? You're saying that
I think it's perfectly rated. It's hot. What did you expect? It's summer.
It's too hot, dude. For how glorified it is, it's too hot. I can't exist in my
dumbest
own
argument I've heard in
I
my
can't
life.
exist in my own house, man. How crazy is that?
this guy's speaking facts right now. This is not a glorified argument. People are like, oh, I can't wait for summer, summertime Sydney, blah, blah,
I'll tell you what, people, when they say they can't wait for summer, they're thinking of the vibes that come with summer, the feeling. Summer means end of the year, Christmas, work's winding down, school holidays. Maybe you're going on a holiday, daylight savings, you can go out and play sport.
It's too hot to play sport, bro.
But that's what, when people say they look for summer, that's what they're looking forward to. A slower pace.
Not the literal weather.
Not the literal weather, you muppet.
I'm going literal weather.
I went literal
it's
weather.
too hot, bro.
All right, Mano, what do you got?
Alrighty, my one. If you live between Chatswood and Barangaroo, you shouldn't take the metro.
This is so niche,
3, 2, 1.
but I 100% agree.
I agree full time, bro.
Fuck off.
Because what are those suburbs like North Sydney, for example? You've had a train there for a million years.
You already
mate.
have
Take
a
the
station.
fucking train.
Take the train, man.
I've been sitting here in the Northwest yearning
Exactly.
for such reliable and
Dude.
quick public transport.
100%.
Remember the first week? Oh, it's so packed. So many people getting on and off at fucking Victoria Cross or some shit. Fuck off.
Bro, this was not built for you guys. You guys already had a train line.
Seriously,
Go away.
go home.
So
I
this-
don't know why they built Victoria Cross or what's the other one? Crow's Nest.
The Crow's Nest. Crow's
Yeah,
Nest.
Crow's Nest. I don't know what the point of those stations are.
Is,
It
sorry,
should just go Chatswood straight to Barangaroo.
is there
Even Chatswood's kind of a push, bro.
Nah,
They're a hub.
Chatswood happened to be there when they created the first line, so we'll allow it, but the other two can fuck off.
wait, sorry. I don't know the geography properly. Is Crow's Nest metro station the same as Crow's Nest station, or are they two different locations?
Two different locations from memory.
Right.
I haven't gotten off at it. I'm too
Don't
scared.
care enough.
Yeah,
Just don't get on
care.
the metro, mate.
Okay, this seems like a personal attack. Fair enough.
No, but mine is right. Like, the trains are packed. It's because everyone from the Northwest, this is our way of getting into the city. You guys already have buses. You already had a train line. You live close enough to the city. You can walk to the city if you want.
You can't gatekeep a public transport.
I can know
option.
because the
Absolutely
first few
will.
weeks of the metro opening up, you see the trains from Chatswood to the city empty.
Yeah.
Fucking take those if you can get on those.
Well, you can as well, mate. Get off at Chatswood, hop trains.
Why
and
would
then-
I inconvenience myself when this is built for my
Exactly.
convenience?
For our people.
No.
I
Yeah,
think
we've
we should
been here-
secede, dude. The Northwest should become an independent state.
Been here for how many years? Get a train station. Once we get one, you're fucking getting on. Mate,
This is the biggest you problem of all time.
What were we saying about Australians not being chilled and laid back? Man, this is ours. Fuck off. We got ours. You go away. You get your own one now. This is literally that, but I agree. I wholeheartedly agree.
Okay.
I've got one last one. People who take their political views from like celebrities or like influencers should not be allowed to vote.
Should not be allowed to vote.
Honestly.
Stream.
3, 2, 1.
Disagree.
Agree.
I'm sorry.
Get them out of here, man.
And I mean more in particular with like the US election. Like you had
Taylor Swift endorsing Carmela.
Well, that was the main one. And like, I think the next day they saw like 200,000 people registered to vote, like based on the link that she shared.
Fair play.
No, if you're waiting for Taylor Swift to tell you who to vote for, get fucked. Don't vote.
They're sheep without a shepherd, Sen.
Nah, man.
They're a flock without a leader.
The other one was,
So only leaders should vote.
and just before people think we're right wing, even like Aiden Ross, when Donald Trump went on Aiden Ross's stream,
Yeah.
like, and his like drone of minions that watch him are probably all going to go vote for Trump. Like, come on.
So where should you get your information from? Because this is
Fucking listen to the candidates, listen to their, the platform that they're running on, and then make an informed decision. Or watch the news, read a newspaper.
See, so you're basically.
It's like if I woke up, like in an Australian, like if I woke up and I'm Mr. Teddy is telling me to vote for fucking Bill Shorten or Anthony Albanese. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you shouldn't be basing it on celebrities, right? Maybe I'm not as extreme. Maybe not allowed to vote is a big call, but there should be something done for the people that are solely voting because Taylor Swift has endorsed.
Like Abby Chatfield is telling me to vote for Peter Dutton.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here?
Like, fair play for that, influences in some way. But if you have literally registered to vote just because Taylor Swift
Correct.
has endorsed Kamala, maybe you should reconsider voting.
Actually, yeah, if you weren't even considering to vote at all until Taylor Swift told you, it's literally your democratic right to go vote. People have died for that right. And you waited for this country pop singer to tell you to go vote. What a joke.
But I mean, isn't this? I feel like you disagree with this. You get all your inspiration from everywhere. Some people get it from celebrities. I agree with what you're saying. Right? Maybe not as radical as how you're making it out to be. Like, shouldn't be able to vote is a bit heavy
It's
going.
actually strong.
But
My other one was going to be there should be an IQ test before you vote.
Should all votes be equal?
yeah, it has to be. Otherwise, how are we going to do this, bro? We delve into like Black Mirror territory.
I saw, I've been like, there's this TikTok account I follow, like these guys that go to like all these Trump rallies and just like literally talk to like these Trump people. Like this one guy, like they were talking about gun reform and he was like, yeah, we need more guns. Like, how do you fight? It's like, you don't use water to fight a fire. You use fire to fight a fire. And like the reporter guy like kind of looks at him and then looks at the camera and then looks back at him and is like, I think they exclusively only use water to fight a fire. Like these people shouldn't be voting. Respectfully.
Why not?
But I'm sure if you got an interview for the left, whatever party, I'm sure the other side will be laughing at you at some point as well. It goes both ways.
Like, where do you get your information from? Like, I don't watch TV. I don't read the newspaper as you said to do.
You're prime candidate to being brainwashed by these right wing.
But I'm sitting here on like the Daily Oz being like, oh, I didn't even know we had an election the other week until someone was like, oh, we have an election, go vote. If I didn't know that, someone has to tell me these things. But I still think, And
What are you basing your vote on then?
No, and I went down there and already had a preconceived notion of who I was going to vote for and then voted for them.
But the Daily Oz is fine. That's a news source. I'd be more concerned if you learnt about the elections from like the Shameless podcast or like
But I think that's fine in
fucking All on Techers or something. You know what I mean? Like
just name dropping.
I'm trying to think of influences off the top of my
It's fine
head.
to get your information from anywhere.
Okay.
I actually don't care if you get information from Taylor Swift as well. But if that's your sole reason for voting for someone, that's where I'm like, come on.
I draw the line, like maybe it's just blind faith. It's like Taylor Swift told me to vote this, so I go and vote this. Feels a bit how you going, but whatever, man. Let people let them live, It's just a popular. Mr. Beast is probably going to become the next prime minister of the next president of the United States.
That
to be
is
honest.
true. I don't
It's
know.
a popularity contest. Well, divisive.
Next one.
There isn't anything that you can put tomato sauce on that wouldn't be better by putting barbecue sauce on. 3, 2, 1.
I'm going to say no,
I'm going to say no.
Disagree, and I am agree.
purely because I don't know how you would even prove this either way.
So let's think about it, right? Sausage. You put ketchup, replace it with barbecue sauce, 10 times better.
It's almost like taste is subjective, bro.
Yeah.
No.
What if I prefer my tangy tomato flavor than a sickly barbecue flavor?
Well, barbecue sauce has like 60% tomato sauce in it anyway.
So I'd just have a tomato sauce then.
No, because you get the 40% extra bits.
I don't know. What else? Give me some more examples here. I feel like you've come in strong with one thing, sausages.
No, literally anything, right? bacon and egg roll, meat pie.
I'll give you bacon and egg. I
Sausage
would rather
roll.
have a barbecue. Meat pie, tomatoes better. Sausage roll, tomatoes better.
There is no way that you think tomato is better.
I think hot chips, tomato is better with hot chips. Manny?
I'm the wrong person to ask you. I'm
But
a
if you
no
had
sauce
to
guy.
choose tomato or barbecue on hot chips,
Chicken salt,
chicken
barbecue
salt?
sauce.
No.
I think it would be tomato sauce on chips.
Has
No
to be.
way.
Has to be tomato
Barbecue
sauce.
sauce would be for a specific craving that I would have. It's not
Correct.
I don't think it's as universal as I might take it.
All right. Well,
What about
yeah.
a pizza? Do you count pizza as...
I
Because you get
yeah.
a barbecue base.
I love barbecue base. I remember there was one time
I'll
that
never get a
I'm a
barbecue
tomato
base. Bro.
man.
No way.
Yeah.
I was in charge of ordering pizzas for all my friends. And then I specifically changed all the
Bases?
bases to barbecue sauce. So I was having like a pineapple pizza with barbecue sauce
That's
base.
disgusting.
And my God, I loved it.
Like a margarita pizza with a bar. That's disgusting.
Let me guess, you were the only one that loved it.
That was literally the only one who loved it. My friends refused to pay me for the pizzas.
I'm going to respectfully, strongly disagree, bro.
All right, Manu, last one.
All right, last one for me. A bit niche. People who hate on old fashion trends are cringe. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I would agree with
I
that.
agree with
3
that.
agrees. The reason I've come here with this today
What
is because on TikTok, what I see a lot is like people that are like, how I used to dress and now I've glowed up. But then you look at it, they were just wearing what was trendy 10 years ago
At the time.
and they're just wearing what's trendy now.
Gotcha.
So they can't be like, oh, I wear like loose pants now. I'm so fucking fashionable. Mate, it's just trendy. In 10 years, you're going to say the same thing about now.
Yeah.
And people just don't get that because they think that these fashion influencers and they're trying to be this whole like,
Well,
Yeah,
I was
the
going to
brand
ask you,
of it.
was this someone like relatively famous, or not famous, but like has a following?
yeah, there's like, it's not one person specific. I've seen it a lot.
Yeah.
It was like, I've glowed up now. And
Gotcha.
obviously, like they're wearing things that obviously are a bit out of fashion now, but that was always in
At
fashion
the
10 years ago,
time
like
was, yeah.
ripped skinny jeans, for example.
Mate, the fit that I used to rock was the ripped skinny jeans, the Ray-Bans,
Ravens.
a JJ's top, and then maybe a
JJ's
fedora if I was
top.
feeling extra spicy.
Fedora man.
Putting the fedora
What
aside
about
for a second.
You ever wear the glasses without the lenses?
No, because I have
Oh, yeah,
glasses.
Yeah. You wear them on top of them. Dude, I remember the JJ's t-shirts with like the pockets.
Mm.
The pocket
they were
tees, mate.
sick, bro.
The
I loved
classics,
them.
mate. And
You
I used
can't
to-
knock on it that you used to wear it.
yeah, because that was, you're right. Fashion is cyclical. Like I
You
remember
did not wear a
thinking-
fedora though.
as in not day to day, but when I was feeling like to spice up the
You're
look,
telling me you wore a fedora. You
Okay.
owned
Your
a
daily
fedora.
driver.
I literally went to JJ's in year 6. I bought 3 fedoras for $30.
Even
And-
now, that seems like a rip-off. 3 for 30.
No, it's a good deal, man. 3 for 30, 3 fedoras. And I'll tell you what, I had a black one. I had a white one with a white little stripe on the side. and
What,
the other
Jason
one-
Derulo-esque or what?
Yeah,
Yeah, that
Chris
was
Brown.
fashionable back then.
That's what I'm saying. It was fashionable. And at the time, and then you look back on it, you're like, this is ridiculous. I remember looking at those old NBA drafts with the really big baggy
Oh,
suits.
the baggy suits.
And I'm thinking these guys look like clowns.
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
my brother's walking around the baggiest pants I've ever seen in my life.
yeah.
And that's fashion, baby. Cyclical.
Yeah, true. Righty, let us know if you agreed or disagreed with any of those statements. I feel like the Chatswood Barangaroo one is probably the most left of field one that we've had.
Get the most passionate.
Definitely the most passionate because I fully agree with that one. Alrighty, that brings us to the end of this episode. Wowee, a long one, but we haven't been around for a couple of weeks, so we thought we owed you guys a big one. Got to say, a bit rusty. We started recording without the recorder being turned on. That was a good start, and the camera died halfway through one of the segments, so
Didn't
It's
know
all-
they had to know this at home.
it's all happening here. But no, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. You can catch our old episodes on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Catch us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. We'll catch you guys next week.